Here that's in the second room? Yes. All right, yay. Don't feel left out. If you feel left out back there, it's because you're not brave enough to come in here and sit on someone's lap.
Dude, there's room in here. Come and sit on my lap. There's room right here.
Yeah, there's room here. Everybody that's already in here knows that if you want to see it, you got to get here half an hour.
Right here. There's room right here.
It's okay. Alright, you guys?
Shut up.
Listen,
I'm not that small.
if I have to scream into this mic, it really hurts their ears. Okay? So I need you guys to really cooperate and be quiet because I know you can hear me. I don't want to have to scream into it for their sakes, okay? Alright.
You want someone
First of all, we'd like to sing happy birthday to anybody who's had a birthday in the past week. Anybody want to admit?
Chester.
No birthdays?
Can I just have people sing happy birthday to me and make me feel loved?
Just because.
No.
Oh, okay. We make you. What's your name? Amy. Stand up, Amy. Here's Amy. Come in here and stand beside you. Sorry, everyone did sing too. This is Amy. Say hi to you. Hi. We're going to sing to her because why? Because we're so happy that anyone got to live another year. My little girl's never going to have another birthday, so we always make sure that we sing happy birthday. Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Amy. Happy birthday to you. Alright. If it's your first time here, raise your hand. It is not your first time here. You need to try to get a
reception. Where'd it go?
Right here.
Okay. Go, Jackson.
Shut up.
What? You never had one?
Neither did I.
I lost mine.
Hey, Snooki, you got one around your neck. I'm sorry. You were having a day.
You missed your leg.
This one is.
No, I'm not coming anymore.
Who else?
Me, Mom. Ow. That one was a ow. That's mean.
Oh, look at all these new things in the back. I love it.
You won't tell me
We're going to run out of bracelets.
Your foot's right there.
It's shaking right away.
I feel like you're going to fling me in the ear again.
Thanks for saying hi to me the other day. No, I saw you walking out of the that way, and you just looked at me. I didn't see you.
Here's what I want you guys to do. First of all, did Taylor Himpleman make it here tonight?
Who?
No,
Taylor
she's
Himpleman.
sick. She's sick. Okay, yeah. Tyler, I need you to see me afterwards, and I have flyers to give you for Miller's birthday today. Now, if anybody didn't hear me the first time, you have to sign in on the white sheet. If you didn't do it, please do it after we're finished. If you want to order a t-shirt, you need to sign in on the yellow sheet. And if you brought me a t-shirt to be corrected, you need to sign in on the purple sheet. So I hope you can keep that all straight. If you can't, ask me afterwards, okay? Now, let's tell the newbies what the bracelets are for. Anybody want to volunteer? Yes, ma'am. Right. Our bracelets are our reminders, our visual reminders. They're for two reasons. Number one, if you feel the need to lash out at somebody when they're being hateful to you, it's for you to remember, hey, I have a higher standard here. I'm going to hold myself to a higher standard. I'm going to rise above. And it's for you to see that. Also, it's for if you see somebody else who is failing to rise above, you can walk by and flick your bracelet at them and just let them know, hey, maybe you should stop and think about what you're doing right now because you're not rising above. Okay? You don't have to say a word. Just look at them, flick your bracelet. If they're in rise above, they'll know what you mean. Okay? That's what the two things that the bracelets are for. Alright. I need to remind everybody of one thing.
That we all love you?
It says
That we all love you. That we all love each other. Because this is the deal. There's been a lot going on with Rise Above for the last week especially. There's been a lot of people tattling on each other, coming to me and saying, so-and-so's not rising above, so-and-so's doing this or doing that. It's not that I don't care. I really do care. It's that I'm not going to get in the middle of everyone's drama. I'm here to teach you guys. If you want to learn, if you want to try to apply what you've learned, that's up to you. It's not up to me to be the police. I'm not here to make anybody rise above. I'm not here to yell at anybody if they don't rise above. Okay? Everybody that's here is here by choice. If you don't want to be here, you don't have to be. So when you see somebody else who's not rising above, you have the opportunity to talk to them yourself, to snap your bracelet at them, but please do not come to me and tattletale on them. Okay? I'm not getting in the middle of all that. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Oh no, that isn't all that I'm going to say about that. I'm going to say one more thing. How many of you guys have never made a mistake before in your life? Yeah, liar, liar, pants on fire. No, seriously. When you see somebody else not rising above, we need to remember that we have all made mistakes. Myself first, okay? We've all made mistakes. So pointing the finger and being down on somebody for not doing what you think they should have done, that can be qualified as bullying, and none of us want to be a bully, okay? We're here to help each other. We're not here to be mean to each other because we make mistakes, all right? So let's try to remember that. Okay, I have a quote to give you guys. I was just watching a video before you guys came, and I thought it was a really good quote, so listen up. First of all, how many of you guys would like for someone to think of you as a hero? That's like something we all aspire to be. Like, wouldn't you love it if someone said, hey, you're my hero?
They're not.
Okay? Let me write you the definition of a hero. You become a hero when you help somebody, when you're compassionate, and when you treat someone with dignity. It's not a giant laser sword fight that makes you a hero. It's the very small things that happen every day of your life. George Lucas, the guy that made up Star Wars, was the one that said that. Okay, so keep that in mind. If you want to be a real hero, it's about treating people right, and that's why we're here. All right, now, today we are going to learn about something called cliques. Who knows what a clique is? Rachel?
Like where there's like the more popular people, and then the sport people in a group, and then leave other people out.
I love the clip.
They leave other people out. What else? Yes.
Do you know that if you go to the same school as people, you have this talk,
Right, okay. Now, how many of you guys have your regular friends that you hang around with? Okay, everybody has that, right? Let me tell you the difference. We want to call that a friendship circle because that's normal and that's healthy. That's stuff that you normally do. I mean, even animals normally gravitate towards the ones that they're like, okay? You guys are going to normally gravitate towards people that share your same interests, your same lifestyle, people that maybe you just like them for one reason or another, you don't know why, okay? That's called a friendship circle. There's nothing wrong with that. A clique is something a little bit different, okay? A clique is something that's like exclusive, an exclusive group of people who might think that they're better than everybody else. They might exclude other people on a regular basis because those people don't fit the description of the people that they want in their clique, okay? A clique has extreme control over members of the group. I have to tell you guys about this. When Lauren was alive, how many of you guys knew Lauren? My daughter, okay? She, for those of you that don't know, she was killed this past summer. She was 16 years old, and she had a lot of problems with bullying. One of the things that I noticed that happened a lot, probably in 7th, 8th grade, was these cliques started forming. And there was actually a clique of girls at a lunch table that would check your tag to your clothes before they would let you sit at their lunch table. And if your clothes were not from Hollister, American Eagle, or Abercrombie, you were not allowed to sit at that table. I went and took her shopping and tried to say, let's go to Aeropostale. Oh no, Mom, I can't buy anything from Aeropostale, that's not on the list. You know, so like, literally, these girls had her terrified that she would wear the wrong thing and that they would exclude her from anything that they were trying to do. So that is a mark of a clique, okay? If you guys are doing something like that, you're in a clique, all right? Cliques also have strict rules about who is allowed in the group. They might say, oh, we don't hang out with that girl. No, we don't hang out with people like that. Sorry, if you hang out with people like that, you don't need to be around us, okay? If anything like that sounds familiar, that's a clique. Yes, thank you. Also, cliques have, they may not let you exit their group. Say you don't like them and you really just don't like what they stand for, but yet you go to hang out with somebody else and they say, if you go hang out with her, you are not one of us. And then they want to try to make your life miserable because you want to hang out with somebody else. Has that ever happened to anybody before? They try to pick your friends for you? Okay? That's a clique. Now, are there cliques at your school?
Yeah.
What are the names of some of the cliques? You guys give them nicknames, you know. There's jocks, what else? Preps.
Snobs.
Snobs. We're the snobs. What else? What did you say? Band geeks. Okay, what else? Hicks. What else?
Football players.
Football players. Lauren got into a clique one time. Well, it wasn't really a clique, but it was a social group. It was, what was it called? Scene? Or emo or something? Yeah, scene. Yeah, okay, I didn't even know what it was called. Anyway, everybody wore their hair the same way, and they all had to buy their clothes at Hot Topic and things like that. That was a clique. All right. You need to be careful that whatever friendship circle that you're in does not become a clique. Okay, some of you guys may be recognizing these things that we're talking about, and hopefully this is not something that's happening to you, but if it is, I need you to be able to recognize it, okay? It's really important that your friendship circle doesn't become a clique. Excluding someone from your group is a form of bullying. And probably you guys never thought about that before. If you have a little group of people, you and your 3 other best friends, and you exclude people on purpose, that's a form of bullying, okay? I know nobody here wants to be a bully, do you? No, okay? So here's how we're going to learn to keep from that. Bullying also is done oftentimes as a group activity. Very often, there's not just one person that will bully one other person. The bully feels like that they need to get a bunch of friends because it makes them look better. They want to make themselves feel puffed up and important, so they have to have people on their side, right? Every time Lauren got bullied when she was younger, it was by a group of people. So even though you may not be the person that's getting bullied, you may be a part of that clique that is bullying someone else. And even though you're not the main bully, if you're standing there with them, laughing at what they're doing, being a part of it, or even not stopping it, you are a part of that bullying. You're taking participation in that, okay? We need to be sure that we're not so far into a little clique or so far worried about what other people think of us that we're not afraid to stop and say, wait a minute, what you're doing here is wrong. You're picking on that person. I'm not going to be a part of it. And you need to either stop it or you need to get away from that group and not be part of it. You can actually go and tell an adult or something like that too. That would be part of stopping it, okay? Some members of the clique are the onlookers, and they stand there and they're a part of it only because they're afraid that if they stand up and say this is wrong, that they might become the next target for the bully. How many of you guys have ever been afraid of that sometimes? Okay? And that requires you to be sure that you can stand up for yourself. That's what Rise Above is about too. Even if you feel like you're the only one that's going to stand up against a bully, look how many other people that you have on your side. Okay? There are so many others of us that aren't even here tonight that will back you up. All right? All you need to do is when you stand up to that person, find somebody with a purple bracelet and say, hey, this is what I just did. I need your help. I need your support. I need you to stand up with me. And they will. Okay? And at the very least, you can text me and tell me what's going on, and I'll say, good job, you know, you did the right thing. This group is so important Not because it teaches you what to do, but because everyone that comes helps each other. All right? It's not about you guys coming here and just listening to me every week. It's about you helping each other. And it's about you being there for each other and being supportive for each other. If Lauren would have had a group of friends like this when she was being bullied, I can guarantee you she wouldn't have ended up in the hospital. Okay? She would not have ended up trying to take her own life because she was depressed. If she would have felt she had just 2 friends to be on her side and to be with her, she wouldn't have felt like she did. Okay? That's the importance of being able to stand together on the side of what's right. And that's what we're learning here tonight, is what's right and what's not right. And sometimes we have to stand up even though it might be uncomfortable. Okay. Another thing, make a daily effort to reach outside of your comfort zone and include people who you wouldn't normally consider part of your friendship circle. Even if you're convinced tonight after hearing my speech that you are not part of a clique, what you have is a friendship circle, okay? Yay for you, that's awesome. Now, what you want to do is keep your friendship circle from becoming a clique. And the way that you do that is to consistently reach outside of your group and pull other people in. You can ask someone new to have lunch with you. When you and your friends are going to the movies, you can say, hey, let's call up so-and-so. You know, maybe they might want to go. Include other people that you wouldn't normally think about, and just ask them to go. I know that Amanda, way to Rise Above, she asked someone this past week, hey, you want to go to lunch? And it wasn't somebody that she normally hangs out with, but she was reaching outside of her comfort zone to try to reach out to someone new. That's what I'm going to challenge you guys to do, okay? I did that today, actually. We have a rule at work that we have to stretch before we work every day. So everybody comes out into the commons area, we all do our little stretches, and we tend to stand in our little groups of the same people every day. Everyone stands in the same place, and we talk to the same people. And I thought, you know, if I'm going to be teaching these kids about getting outside of their comfort zone, I want to know what it feels like. So I went over and stood with a whole totally different group of people. And they were talking about sports, about Purdue, which I don't have any idea about anything that has to do with Purdue, and I didn't care. But I was just there like, yeah, all right, guys, yeah. So, you know, it was different for me. It was uncomfortable at first, but then when they realized that I was standing there for a reason, to try to be friendly to them, they tried to include me in their conversation. They tried to switch the conversation up to something that I would be able to be talking about too, okay? So you never know what kind of people you might meet. You might meet some of the best friends you've ever had. And I can say that because coming off of Lauren's death, I have met a lot of new people that I never ever would have met before. Angie being one of them. She's become a dear friend to me, and I never ever would have met her had it not been for her reaching out to me and coming here, okay? So each time that we reach out outside of our friendship circle and try to reach out to someone else, it may turn into a great relationship, it may not. It may be something that you're just like, okay, well, at least I tried. But at least you're getting out of that comfort zone. Because guess what? When you grow up and you get into the real world, how many of you guys have heard about that place called the real world? Yeah, where there's not school anymore? And you have a job? Yeah. Okay, when you get into the real world, I live there, so I'm going to tell you what it's like. When you get into the real world, you have all different kinds of people. And you have to deal with these people whether you want to or not. There's people at your job that are completely different from you, and you're like, oh my gosh, like where in the world did they come from? They don't live on my planet. But you have to deal with them because say your job depends on something that they do every day. And you have to wait for them to give you that certain paper before you can do yours. If you don't want to get to know them, you can just walk up and be like, where's the paper? But you don't have to do that. You can stand there while they're typing it or whatever, and you can say, you know what did you do this weekend? You know, and strike up a conversation with them that's reaching outside of your friendship circle. That's getting to know different kinds of different people. That's what the world is about. God didn't create us all the same. We're all different, and we need to learn to accept others' differences, even if we are not comfortable with those differences. Okay? There are a lot of things about people that might make you uncomfortable. That doesn't mean that you have the right to treat them badly. Every person that's here, every person that's not here, has one thing in common. You're a human being. Every human being deserves respect. You don't have to like them. You don't have to agree with what they do. You don't have to agree with the way they wear their hair or the way that they live their life. But you do have to respect them. And if you have respect for people, that's going to get you way farther in life than anything else, if you learn how to properly treat people. So I want to say yay to you guys for coming out to make sure that you know how to treat people. You're taking the first step by being here. You're taking the first step. All right. The best way to get rid of the hateful accusations that have been going on. There's a lot of haters out there for Rise Above, okay? Sorry to say, there is. A lot of people have been saying, you know, we're fake, or, you know, this, that, or the other. I don't know, because they don't say it to me. But a lot of people are haters on Rise Above. And the only thing I can say to that is, the best way to stop the haters is to prove them wrong by your actions. Okay? You can stand there, Michelle and I could fight all day long, and she'd be like, you are such the poser. I cannot believe you get up there and say that every single week. You are just not even... And you know what? The only thing that's going to shut her up is not me standing up and saying, Michelle, you're such a liar. Don't you know I did this and this? That's not going to mean anything to her. What's going to mean something to her is if I live the life. If she sees me, every time she sees me, I'm rising above. Okay? That's what's going to stop the haters. That's what's going to shut them up. You got to live what you're talking. You got to walk the walk, not just talk the talk. Okay? So you got that purple bracelet on. I'm not going to say you're never going to make it, you're never going to fall, you're never going to make a mistake, because we all do. But the important thing is, when you do, that you make a choice that is not going to knock you off the wagon. You are not going to stop coming to meetings just because you screwed up. You're going to keep coming back, and you're going to get up, you're going to apologize, say what you have to say, do what you have to do, and rise above that situation the next time. Learn from your mistakes, okay? All of us make mistakes. Every single one of us. Learn from them. Learn to rise above. All right, one more thing before I stop yakking. I've had people come here for the past couple weeks, and after they leave, they text me and tell me they're not coming back because they don't feel welcome. And that makes me sad, because I really try as hard as I can to make everyone feel welcome. It's kind of hard because I'm one person and there's usually 70 or 80 people here, so I need your guys' help. The people that belong to Rise Above should be the friendliest people in the school, okay? The friendliest people in the neighborhood. We should be the ones, the friendliest people here at the meeting. There should not be anyone that leaves feeling left out. I want you guys to make it your own personal job to go out of your comfort zone every time you come to this meeting and talk to somebody you don't know. Find out somebody's name that you didn't come with. Find out where they're from. Find out what they do for fun. Just ask them something about themselves and get outside of your little circle, okay? I don't want to see the same people sitting beside the same people every single week. Mix it up. Let's make it fun. Let's make new friends. That's what this is about, okay?
Hey Shannon,
Yes.
does it count if you're fighting for a seat on the couch? And everybody just crowds around?
I'll take the couch and throw it out the window, so you guys have to mix it up, okay? Don't tempt me, because I will.
I'll just go outside and sit on it. You won't stop me from sitting on the couch.
Then I have to put speakers outside. Alright, so everyone wants to feel valued and noticed, okay? Stop taking pictures during my meeting, please.
Why not? What you talking about?
Please. Please,
Because of your
girls.
beautiful
Please.
face. Yeah.
Everybody wants to feel welcomed and valued, okay? Let's try to go out of our way to make people feel like they're worth something. Every person that's here is worth something. Every person that's here made it their choice to come out and be a better person. Let's tell them, hey, we think you're awesome for doing that, you know? Thanks for coming out. I hope you felt welcome. I hope you had a good time. Next time, look for me. I'll sit by you, you know? It doesn't hurt anybody to say something like that. It doesn't hurt you to sit by someone different, okay? Let's just try a little bit harder to be the friendly people that we need to be. And it'll become easier each time you do it, I promise. All right, so next week's task. Invite somebody new to join you at lunchtime, or a movie with your friends, or some other function if you're going to a football game or something like that. Invite somebody new to join your friendship circle, okay? Not that hard. How many of you guys did last week's challenge? Do you remember what last week's challenge was? It was about procrastination, so I would hope that more of you did it. No? Nobody wants to say? Yes, Amanda, what was it? What was last week's task? Right. Last week's task. Okay, quiet with side conversations. Thank you. Last week's task was to tell someone else how much they mean to you. A parent, a sibling, a friend, a teacher, a coworker, or somebody. Write them a note if it was hard for you to put it into words. I wanted you to make sure that you seized the day, okay, that you did it right then and there. Because last week was about procrastination. And if we put off doing our challenge, chances are we don't do it at all. So now I'm going to ask you again, how many people did it? Yay for you. Good job. How many of you guys get an extra round of applause because you did it right away, like the very first day? Woo! Okay. I didn't even know about it. I did it. Good job. Yeah. All right. So, last week we had 70 people in attendance. We had 10 newbies, and 28 people did the weekly challenge. So that deserves a round. All right, and we had several people, I did not take a count, but we had a lot of people show up for the parade. We had a great time at the parade. It did not rain on us. We had our little banner, and we had to run. And some people need to take lessons in candy throwing because we were about to get kicked out of the parade for winging it at people. So let me just show you. This is how we throw candy. Underhand, okay? Not like this, okay? People saw us coming and they were going. Okay, also we want to report on the bake sale. Thanks to Miss Angie, we made over $126. And thank you all who made baked goods, because, yeah, I was here the day before, like, trying to hurry up and make cookies, because I thought we were going to have, like, one shoebox full of stuff, and that was it. Okay? So, yeah, we were pretty scared, but thank you guys for stepping up to the plate. All right, so I'm going to turn it over for just a few minutes to Miss Angie, and she is going to tell us a little bit about where we stand with fundraising, okay?
Alright guys, as Shannon told you guys, we made $126.22.
Yeah. I said over.
Yeah, thank you all for who helped bake, who offered to come work because we had so many I didn't need extra help, who just helped support by telling everybody, hey, go buy something. That is a major thing. We did sell one t-shirt, and Allie sold all of the Lauren bracelets at the game as well. So the next thing is Abigail here? No, I don't think so. Okay. She wanted to do a craft sale herself this Saturday. I don't know about if that's going to happen. The next thing will be the Thornville Craft Show and the rummage sale. We got to be starting working on getting people to get sponsors for donations. I really, really need all of you guys to hit people up. You're a business, anything, say, hey, can you give us a $10 gas card or $5 gift card to get some, anything that we can put in a big gift basket to raffle off. I think we can raise a lot of money with that. The other thing is we're doing the rummage sale too. That is September 16th along with the country fair. Please start going through your stuff. We're not pricing anything. We're going to September 16th. It's a Sunday. We're going to set it up. September 16th. October, sorry. I'm so sorry. And we're just going to ask everybody for donations. I think we can get a lot more money instead of trying to price things. And then what isn't sold, if you want it back, you need to get it immediately. Otherwise, it's going to a church for donation to the homeless, whatnot, especially with the holidays coming up.
You should like print up a paper that people can take and show businesses.
Actually, that I told Shannon I would like. She has flyers.
Okay.
I would.
Told you to.
Shannon has flyers. Anybody that's willing to go on the hunt for that, she can give you a flyer so you can show the companies what we're about to get a donation. The other thing is, I talked to Shannon, is October 21st is the Purple Hours. I do believe we're going to try to go ahead and have another bake sale at the school if we're allowed at the same time. So maybe, we have some shirts that can be sold. I think more people looked at the shirts, but we only had a couple there. So maybe we had a variety. We might get some people to buy. And we'll need more people to bake and more food. So as we get closer, I will hit everybody up.
Go Rats.
Yes,
Whitlatches gave us a $20 gift card, and they said that if we have a can for Rise Above, we can put a can down there, and they want flyers.
Where is that?
Whitlatches in New Lex, the got keys in it,
Oh.
and they said that
It's the bait shop.
it's the bait shop, and it's like a drive-through. But they gave us a $20 gift card. My mom has it.
Okay.
I don't know if she's gonna make it tonight, but she'll be here next Tuesday. And she talked to Sean, and he's talking to his mom. They said that if they need anything organized, like Whitlatches, they can get real big signs printed out, and they'll give us everything half off.
Sweet.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Get that gift card to Angie for the basket.
All right.
Yeah, even if we get a bunch of gift cards or whatever, we don't have to put it all directly. We can save them, put them to another raffle. That way we've got ahead of the game, So, yes.
Last week I mentioned the student council for Sheridan Middle, and they're going to try to get something together at lunch, and then the Sheridan Video Week.
Okay,
They'll allow me to do this.
they will do which game, do you know?
I don't know, we're working on it.
If you'd let me know, that would be great. Did you clear that with Mr. Warren, I think, and did you clear with the principals of the school? I do not want any issues at all. I'm sorry, just clear it with
Wait,
him.
the student council or the?
Well, if you're having a bake sale on their property, if we're doing anything on their property, we have to
The
clear it.
president.
Okay, so video is good, but then you said
I'll find out.
for the lunch, that would be perfect. If you can let me know. Pardon me? Yes. Yes.
Okay. Yay, Michelle, for getting it.
Yes.
Good question. Good question. For those of you that don't know, we are raising the money, first of all, because we need a bigger space, obviously. We're trying to finish our garage out back to be able to have that for Rise Above space. And to pay back right now for the banners and things like that, that's all coming out of my pocket. And then when we're finished with that, we're going to be able to raise money for a scholarship that we're going to give in Lauren's name at the end of the school year. So, any other questions? Nope.
So, if y'all can let me know what you are willing to do. I appreciate it.
Okay, thank you, Miss Angie.
Yes.
I put my new hairdo on to remind you that we are going to be having a bonfire / Halloween party / whatever thing going on here. Probably the last Friday of October. So we'll be having a good time. Just want you guys to remember that. Kind of keep your schedules clear in case you want to come out and have a good time with us. We're going to dress up. Yes! I'm going to tell you about that right now, but I need you to be quiet. Shut up! The dress-up theme of the bonfire and such is going to be that you have to come as something that is like the real you, okay? I don't want people coming in here dressed like a bunch of streetwalkers, okay? Don't do that. But, like me, I will tell you what I'm going to be. I love butterflies. Anybody that knows me knows I love butterflies, so I'm going to dress up like a butterfly. If you love green, come in green. I don't care what you come as, but it needs to be something that's you, so that we can say, hey, David, I love you the way you are. If Transformers is something that's great for you, yay for that. Butterflies are great for me, so yay for me. Okay? We want to make sure that we do something that exhibits who we really are. Okay? So you guys excited about that? Hey guys, hold on. we forgot to introduce the new people, and I want to actually start doing this. And I'm not trying to embarrass the new people, but I really do want to get to know you guys, and I have a hard enough time learning the people that are already here. So if you're new and this is your first time, will you please stand up? And I promise all I'm going to do is ask you to say your name and where you're from. So not a big deal. I won't make you say anything else. Stand up if you're new. Stand up if you're new. Okay, we're trying to reach you. Ready? Be quiet so we can hear. This beautiful lady is?
Jessie Smith.
Jessie Smith. And where do you go to school?
Sheridan.
Sheridan! Yay! Jessie! Okay, Courtney back there. Say it real loud.
Courtney Perone.
Courtney Perone goes to? Sheridan. Yay, Courtney Perone! And the lovely lady next to Courtney is?
Rachel Zamino.
Rachel Zamino.
Wait, what's my name?
Somebody knows Rachel Zamino?
Yes.
Rachel!
I love you.
She loves you already. And this is your first time. Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah.
Are you in school?
Yes.
You go to Sheridan?
Yeah.
All right. Nice to have you. And you are?
Cody Grayson.
Cody Grayson from Sheridan? No?
I go to High University.
Oh, well, he's, excuse me, he's an old one. Okay. That's not the school, that's all right. We can have a date later, it's all right. My husband didn't hear that, dude. Ben, plug your ears. Okay, and this is?
Richard Yates.
Richard Yates. Yay! From? Thornville. Are you in school?
No.
Another cutie pie for me today. Okay. Nice to have you, Richard Yates.
You need get your man a lot.
Okay. Everybody, got everybody here? Let's come in here. And this is Miss? Megan goes to her in what grade is she? First grade. This is Alexis from what? Home Crossing. Sixth grade. Good job. And then we have Krista. Finland Middle, and you were in seventh grade. Krista, she has a special talent. She's not going to share tonight, but she will be sharing with us in the future. So keep an eye on this one. Okay. We also have what? Riley. What's your last name?
I want to stick there.
We're doing Union. Kimmy from She Doesn't Go to School.
Off my foot.
Emily from Sheridan. Denise Kelly from Boston. Sarah. Okay. Amy, happy birthday, Amy. Big round of applause since he decided he was going to try to hide from us. This is from all right. We do appreciate all the new people. We love you guys. I hope you have a great time and I hope you come back. And I hope the rest of you guys can learn how to shh while I'm talking.
You're being rude.
Thank you.
You're being rude.
Rise above, Rachel. Rise above.
Rachel.
I have a couple more reports and then I'll turn you guys loose. this, okay? All right.
Hey, there's another new one.
Oh yes, we forgot to introduce Snooki. Snooki up there.
Hey, Snooki!
Yay, Snooki! Snooki can be our mascot. I wanted to let you guys know, with all the things coming up, that I did go to the Ohio School for the Blind last week, and I met with a couple of the ladies there. I am going back on Thursday, and they want me to help kick off their anti-bullying campaign that they're going to be starting. I don't think they're going to become a chapter of Rise Above, but I think they want to use our ideas to get them started. They're actually, since their students live on campus, they're actually going to make it a required class that these kids have to go to learn how not to bully each other. The Buckeye Lake Beacon is also still working on our story. They haven't printed it yet. They're still working on it. And we're still waiting to hear from the Anderson Cooper show. So keep your fingers crossed for Friday, you guys. I'll let you know if I decide to go to New York, okay? Yes, I will post it on Facebook if they come in. And thank you to those of you who did do interviews to let them know your story, because that does help get the word out there. We need to be doing something, anything that we can be doing to stop this bullying problem. Last week, a 14-year-old kid killed himself because of bullying. We don't want any more kids to lose their lives because of this, okay? It's a huge problem. And although we may be struggling and we're trying to get our feet off the ground with this group, at least we're doing something. And something is better than nothing. Always, always, always remember this when you're faced with adversity, when you go into school and you don't want to rise above, but you feel like, you know what? Shannon's counting on me. Rise Above is counting on me. These people who are bullying, I am going to change this. I'm going to do it one person at a time, and that person is myself. Okay? You can't change anybody else, but you can change yourself. And I'm counting on you guys to do that. With your help, we can make a difference. All right.
If somebody is talking crap about you and you're like right beside them and like you tell them to stop, is that bullying?
If you tell them to stop, no, it's not bullying. It's standing up for yourself.
Okay.
You can tell them to stop in a nice way. And by the way, I have another round of applause goes to Miss Katie Larimer for defending someone who was being bullied this week.
Yes. Me and Lady made Miss King put through like the bullying policy shirts with Allie.
Good job, girl. Anybody? Okay. Miss Allie.
Don't be shy! Use your deeply manly voice!
Yeah, I was going to say, that's not how
Alright, well then maybe I'll sing for you guys?
Yeah!
Okay. But I have music this time, so.
Okay.
It's a Christian song, you don't mind, do ya?
No.
It's
you, Shannon. Nobody cares.
Okay,
Everybody cares.
Shut up, Blake.
Shut up, Blake.